Alright, we're here with Athreos Shroud-Veiled. It has no cards, and I think we can still win. But not really. I thought it'd be interesting to just make the deck live instead of just doing it not live. Sometimes I'm in the mood for it, but for the most part I tend not to be. But we're gonna... Oh, forgot to take off the stupid auto land thing. We're going to do something akin to what that opponent did to us, which is not really run any creatures, and see how well we can still pull off an Athreos thing. All things considered, it seems like it does pretty well against what I expect to play against, so we're going to just try to do it ourselves here. So I guess we can filter out we just filter out creatures. There's no creatures. Instant sorceries, enchantments, artifacts. Wait. Why is there a creature here? Oh, because it's an enchantment. Alright, so we can't truly filter all of them out. Esper Sentinel's still decent, but if it's not like early, not really great. And I feel like every time I play it, I'll just have to like chump block with it and cry, so I don't think I'm gonna do that. Actually, let's lead with Black-White is pretty good with enchantments, so let's lead with like enchantments and sorceries first, because I feel like there's a ton of those that we like. Dawn of Hope is a pretty good one. If you can sweep the board over and over and harass like your opponent's planeswalkers with this, it's not terrible. The life gain is decent, but Rest in Peace is probably decent. We're probably gonna run too many board wipes for me to actually like Reprobation, so I might not like it. Revoke Existence might be decent. Though I don't like... No, naturalized effects are fine. I was saying, like, if we have an exile effect, but we kind of expect Rest in Peace more than often because we have every tutor available to us, even like Idyllic Tutor. So if there is a graveyard-based deck, we consistently can get Rest in Peace. And from there, I don't really need something like this to exile something, but it is still simply a naturalized effect, so that's probably fine. There is the instant speed, or the flash creature that is a naturalized effect as well. There's like 2 mana to cast it, 1 mana to sack it. Heliod is... I had Heliod in a creatureless devotion deck before. It is indestructible. I can't really utilize his abilities, though. With Dawn of Hope, you can, and I can Idyllic Tutor for him. And if I have enough devotion, he can be annoying to deal with. I guess for now, we can put him in. I don't like 9 lives in Historic Brawl, because Solemnity is kind of vulnerable. He's actually extremely vulnerable, especially when we don't have counterspells. I do like Approach the Second Son. In fact, if we played against that player and they had Approach, we could have been in a that could have been a problem, but they just didn't have it. There's a chance they just weren't running it. It's not impossible. O-Ring effects kind of irritate me, because like you cast it and it blows up and they kind of undo your work. I do like Felidar Retreat. I don't like Smothering Tithe as much as I would in like multiplayer. One-on-one, it actually really isn't all that good. Do we like the white Invoke? Probably not. Permanent from your graveyard to the battlefield. Well, that part, the top part's pretty good, but we can't utilize the counters, which is not great. Do we like Planar Cleansing? Depends how many I don't know. Probably not. Probably not. Blowing up our own stuff doesn't feel good, which is why I don't really like Cleansing Nova that much, but I mean, there's times where I don't have enchantments in play. I'm sure. I mean, that person was playing it. Alright, I mean, yeah, you can blow up opponent's stuff. I don't know. I think we'll put in every discard spell, including Duress, except Inquisition. I think Inquisition is just so far behind the rest of them, I'm not even going to do it. I think we like Feed the Swarm. Where's check for traps? There you are. There you are. Yes, yes. Sign of Blood. I don't like baby sweepers too much. Especially when we're running a ton of sweepers and ways to just find them. Go Blank is a graveyard exile effect, which every time I get Go Blanked, no, I wouldn't say every time it's relevant, but there's a fair amount of times this hits me and I'm like, oh, that's unfortunate. And then the exile effect is also just kind of depressing. I guess we'll do Inscription. I do kind of like the Mind Rot effects. I kind of do. Do we like regular Mind Rot though? For now, but it wouldn't surprise me if I took it out. Arena is good. I don't like Underworld Dreams, too slow. If we're trying to drain our opponent with, like, slowly over time, I don't think we're going to win. I don't think we need Languish, especially for adding another sweeper in the form of Crux of Fate when we get to it. I do like Extinction, though. I don't care too much for Ley Lines. Not really. We already have Rest in Peace. Scriptures is decent. A delayed sweeper means you can tap out to play this, and then your opponent can't play creatures, and then you untap, and the board is clear. And it's better when you have instants, though, right? To like, it resets the board while also giving you counterspell magic back, but we don't really have counters, so. Because usually when you tap out to sweep something, your opponent plays something again, you have to deal with that, and you still can't leave up counters. Like, Scriptures is just good with counters. I think we like Eldritch Reborn. We have no use for Snake Mom, I don't think. Not really. No, I don't think so. At least not yet. I do like Blood in the Snow. We don't like Thought Distortion. We don't like that card. I'm dying on that hill. Or I don't like Cruel Reality either. Humiliate's fine. I have kind of liked Rite of Oblivion. Man, if this was instant speed, I'd be so happy. I'm just trying to think, what are we really sacrificing to pull this off and not feel like I just 2-for-1 myself, sort of? I don't really know. We don't have tokens or anything. Kaya's Wrath. Okay, we might have too many board wipes. Might have a little bit too much. I think I want Edgar. Edgar is certainly a very sticky threat, and we like those. Same with that Wedding. I might not own it. Yeah, Weed. No. Wed. I do. I'm trying to think. This does... No. It was just played in the tournament, or I saw one game of the Alchemy tournament, and someone played this card. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool, but now I'm reading it. I don't ever want it to flip, and I can't really prevent it from flipping. I could, like, with Solemnity in play, but that's a little too... but cute there. I think we do like Edgar. Guess any of these wonky lands will do. Let's check our artifact and enchantment removal. I think I like Disenchant. We probably want Ulamog as well. Because that would be another card that, like, if we were playing against what we were playing against when that Athreos player was playing, it would have been quite difficult to deal with. And they certainly had the mana for it, so there really are not a lot of disenchant effects, huh? You'd figure there'd be more. Also, where's the flash creature? Do I just not own it? Is that why I never see it? It's a 3/1. Do we want Bounty Agent? The problem with this is it doesn't immediately do something and can just die. So I don't think I can get away with it. Opponent has 20 removal spells that they just don't need, and then you play this and it dies. Now, here it is. With Athreos in play, I guess I can more reliably have this do something. So maybe there's something to be said about that. It can, like, all I have to do is get to my end step with it, not through my opponent's entire turn. I think we can try. I like Forsake the Worldly. If I don't need it, I can get rid of it. If I do need it, I have it. Okay. Let's go to artifacts now. There's just quite a few artifacts I think I like. Oh yeah, daylight savings. That's why the sun is up. It's why it's up currently. Do we like Bolas' Citadel? Black-white's pretty good at gaining life. Although we might not have a ton of it ourselves, but we could probably remedy that. Though this is still good even if you don't gain a bunch of life. I don't know how relevant our own graveyard is, so I kind of like Relic and maybe Claws. Maybe just Relic, because we still have Rest in Peace. Lantern as well. They just cycle themselves, and that's never a bad thing. There are, like, some soft graveyard strategies that are more common, like Search for Escanta, Uro and Croxa. I think this is a mana rock deck. I think we want these, yeah. Eye of Vecna seems good as well. That can certainly just be another Phyrexian Arena. There's a chance we draw a bunch of cards off that. If we wanted something to sacrifice, we could try, like, Wellspring or something, but I don't think we're going to mill our opponent. Athreos, fortunately, is indestructible, so very tedious for people to deal with once he resolves. In fact, I could have let my opponent have theirs resolve and we'd still be fine. I countered it like twice. I like Sunset Pyramid. It's kind of like an Eye of Vecna 3 times and it turns into a wonky crystal ball. I don't think we like Encyclopedia. Don't think so. Or Chromatic Lantern. Oh yeah, where's the mana rock? There's a 3-mana mana rock that exiles things from your opponent's graveyard. This feels like a game where Replicating Ring, or a deck that Replicating Ring will, like, sometimes multiply. I think it's fine. I like Relic. Oh, Cosmos Elixir seems good. I didn't realize how similar these cards look. Look at that. Oh, Celestias, you know. I think we want Key to the Archive. Another shot at, yeah, like this as well. Another shot at, whatchamacallit. I think the last black-white deck I had ran Mystic Forge too. It is nice to just be like, oh, I don't want to draw that, and you get rid of it forever. I think there's something to be said about that. But for now, maybe not. We could try the Immortal Sun, but I think I'm going to probably run some Planeswalkers. Probably. Also, I did not put in Ulamog yet. There you are. There you are. So yeah, so let's look at Planeswalkers next. Planeswalkers of any cost, rather. Kaya's decent. It is life gain. It deals with very early things or cheap things, but that's not. There's not too many of those. -1 isn't great. And by extension, I suppose neither is the plus or the -5 is not terribly exciting. We are running Mind Rot, and I think Davriel might just be better than Mind Rot, so let's do that. Still skeptical about Mind Rot. I like the 2 big Lilianas. Apparently this one's like $20 on paper. I didn't know that. I didn't know it was that popular. Actually, it's not popular anywhere except Commander, but alright. I guess it goes in every zombie strategy. It does have a win condition that immediately wins the game. So, alright, let's look at instants so I can not die to some janky nonsense out of nowhere. And we got to start thinking about actually adding the lands because we're pushing 30, less than 30 available slots. I don't think we need Settle the Wreckage. I do like Dark Ritual. How many things does it really benefit? A fair amount. I think we're going to try Dark Rituals. Feels like a Dark Ritual deck. I do like Cling to Dusk, an eternally cycling thing. Actually, no. I think Rest in Peace is going to disrupt that more often than not. What do we got for Planeswalker removal? I like Soul Shatter. Liliana's Triumph is alright. Probably not here, though. I also like Hero's Downfall. It's just another copy of Rider. Alright, let's worry about our lands now. Before it's too late and I messed everything up. My least favorite part. Clicking the same things over and over. Lands, lands, lands. And then you realize you accidentally didn't click one land that you usually click. You're wondering where it is. Ooh, Vanishing Verse is good. I tried this card before. In fact, the one time I resolved it, my opponent happened to have a copy themselves, which was crazy. We ended up losing that one, right? It was the Kethis versus Kambal, I think it was. Kethis is such a cool commander to play against because the game doesn't like end instantly. Just find it fun. I'm gonna assume we have more black than white. I tend to do that, but it looks pretty even. Let's look at the exactsies. It is actually very even. That's quite surprising. Can't complain about that, I suppose. All right, so how do we look? I like the curve. It's not terrible. Where are we with lands? 25? We're going to need more lands. So I think I'm going to drop the Mind Rot effects. Yeah, I think we're going to just not do those. Add some lands. Let's look for double mana costs. We have one triple up here. A lot of double white. Some double black on the 3s. Can probably add more planes than swaps then. So maybe one more planes. And then take out another card. Maybe one of these can go. I think I'll drop Lantern. Yeah, we don't interact with our own graveyard really, so that seems fine. We can probably get rid of another sweeper as well. What are we at, 28 lands? I think we can. I don't like the black flip land or the alphabet land. I don't know what their nickname of those weird lands are. These lands, I don't know the name of them. The Zendikar ones. It's like Z flip or something, I don't know. Let's see. I think we can get rid of another board wipe. And I don't really like planar cleansing that much. Not that much, but I suppose if I really like Farewell, I by extension like planar cleansing. I think we can drop Cleansing Nova. Might even drop another sweeper as well. I'll just keep these even if I can then. Best followers, primes, and viewers. Oh no. I think I got a bot. I got bot sniped. I haven't seen a bot in chat in like 4 months though, so it's not terrible. Could be worse. Vanishing Verse is questionable. I think we can drop Vanishing Verse. Because there's plenty of times it just doesn't feel great. Alright, what do we add now? 30 lands. And then how many of the flip lands we got? Just one. So we have 31 lands. 6 mana commander with a few amount of like what do we need here? Realistically, we need like 6 mana sources to kind of cast everything. I'm not going to really rely on the things that cost more than 6. I think the next card to go might be Relic, because again we do have Rest in Peace. I think that's fine. Bounty Agent? Can Bounty Agent go? Or Felidar Retreat? No, I think I like Felidar Retreat. It's basically Field of the Dead, right? We're not dropping Ulamog. Sunset Pyramid? No, I want to keep that for now. If we're dropping something, it probably is going to be 4 or more. Blood in the Snow? No, I like Blood in the Snow. I like Blood in the Snow. Maybe Kaya's Wrath is... It's certainly the hardest one to actually cast. And I already have so many sweepers. Maybe we can drop that one. Actually, Shatter the Sky I like a little bit less because I don't like my opponent drawing cards. And there's a fair amount of times your opponent does draw a card off of this. And we never really do. Unless we have Edgar in play. And I don't think I like Shatter the Sky. So we'll drop that. Oop, no, out of Plains. Alright, I think we'll stop there. And then let's do a card back because one must always do as such. Let's keep it generic here. Alright, I think we're gonna start with this. I think we're gonna start here and probably add lands as we go, knowing my incredibly greedy behavior, if you know me at all, of not playing as many lands as I should. Also, like, comment, and subscribe. And let's do it. Let's do it. Yes. Feeling good. I ran out of water. All right. The Bug 1992. Steal Yourself. Oh no, it's a black-white mirror, except they're tokens. So they play to the board so we can just cast sweepers for days. We have one here. 2 lands. We have things we can do with 2 lands. Fracture seems loose against a heavy creature deck, though. I think we're going to look for something else. 2 lands again. Rest in Peace, Heliod. Plow is good. We'll try this. Bum, 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 bum. This is the double death rattle? No, it's just the... Yes. Yes. Alright, leave up this, but probably won't swords anything. There's a lot of token generators. That, I think I'm just going to do it for the sake of doing it. Keep the board clear. This is a very annoying one. Especially if I cast a sweeper at some point. Run out Heliod. Rest in Peace might be relevant. Maybe? No Despark this turn. Okay, I would have really liked to have swords that, but either way. It can't sack itself, I don't think. No. Alright, we'll rest in peace, and then we pass. We have nothing to fracture. Although fracture will hold priority forever, because we can fracture our own permanents. Opponent's reading Athreos like, wait a minute. Wait a second. Alright, so we can despark something this turn. Hopefully. Cast your commander. Come on. Toss it out there. Let's go. They can sacrifice it to the D. Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright, so no despark in that one. They did tap both their black and not a white, which is weird. Maybe no discard spells there? I guess. Eye of Vecna, okay. Eldest Reborn, would have really have liked to have seen that a turn earlier. Alright, now let me despark. Come on. Oh, no despark this turn. They also start hitting me with the beats here. Pretty substantially. We are not going to do that. We are probably going to play that as a land, so I can play Athreos next turn. Although I don't have Devotion. But still. They probably get rid of the Fellstinger. It's not doing anything. They have something castable here? I'd be upset if it's Vanishing Verse. Looks like it was not. Although I think they would have Vanishing Verse something else by now. One, two... No, we're not even close. Well, that's not good. Opponent has played around both these cards completely. I kind of need help, so I guess I have to draw an extra card. We appear to be dead. I can make a blocker and then die to the other creatures, so we are dead. Okay. Well, for our 25,000 sweepers, we did not find one. That's unfortunate. That is like the most favorable matchup of all time, too. I just don't have a sweeper, though, so not much I can do. They also probably don't run a lot of things that I can even despark. So we did kind of just have two completely dead cards. And they were the only cards we couldn't cast, too, so if they were two castable cards of any caliber, it would probably feel better. Okay, what do we have against Tatyova? Sweepers are decent against it, but... Oh, look, we have two. Great. Idyllic Tutor, I don't know what it's going for. I think I'll keep it, though. Another sweeper. Man, where were you guys last time? Ruin Crab? What? Please don't mill me. Okay, this doesn't... it always irks me when people mill me. It just doesn't do anything, and it's almost always bad. Especially against any black deck. Milling your, like, black opponents just never, ever good. Ever, 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 ever good. I almost want Felidar Retreat this early, but I would like Phyrexian Arena to, like, never fall behind. So we're just going to do that. No, they're going to mill me. Alright. They're going to do it. They want to do this, and I will let them. I will also let them counter this. I don't think it's super important. Looks like they didn't bother. Growth Spiral? What do they have that was not a counterspell? Oh, okay. Why are they running this, though? They're not wait, this is opponent, right? Each opponent, yeah. There's no way you're playing a Tatyova mill deck. I think what happened is our opponent just, like, searched for landfall and just put in any, like, landfall card in the game in their deck. Okay, so we don't have access to Ulamog. I don't particularly care. We're under no pressure, which is funny. We're also drawing a bajillion cards. We have so many sweepers, I'm just going to play this face down. No, we don't need that. Actually, I probably should have kept it on top so it gets milled. I don't really care about it. Suppose I will just fire a sweeper off to kill their commander. Alright, Rest in Peace is gone, so if they have Uro, we have to deal with it. I think I want to leave up Despark and not cast. Bounty Agent is good, and it's good to be spammable with Athreos at some point, so. That is not what I thought it would be. Okay, that's not what I expected. I assume they have Ulamog, so maybe holding on to Despark forever is a better idea than trying to just kill Tatyova. Opponent did not go for Tatyova. I don't really know why. Seems kind of strange to me. What's in your hand? The Great Henge? Oh, they have Ulamog. Great. Of course they do. Let's see. We're going to take out the Great Henge, and then we're going to play Guardian Idol. And I think I am going to run out Bounty Agent to bait an Ulamog trigger so they don't hit both my card draw cards. I guess I could bait out the counterspell too. No, it did not. Good old Ulamog. They certainly are going to hit these two value engines, though. Okay, opponent did not hit the two value engines. My opponent hit the worst two things possible, in my opinion. I would never, ever hit those. I don't know why you're going after my mana. That's very strange to me. That's incredibly strange. I don't understand. The way I come back in this is drawing cards, right? And you just let me do that. Alright, we're going to try to resolve this now, because they're tapped out. Seems like a good idea. I'll swing. We'll put it here, so we can get us over and over. I don't need a land. You're just not going to do anything? What? What are you doing? Yeah, it looks like they're running every card that says landfall on it. They're just running every single one. Edgar's a good one, but unfortunately they have a counterspell up. I'm not going to ever expect this to do anything. I'm just going to play it as a creature. If I can bait a counter on this, maybe they don't want me to ever have this effect, because if it does resolve, I get the coin on it. Nope, they're fine with dealing with it forever. I am not going to cast Edgar. I'm not going to fire up anything. We just pass, I guess. Put a coin counter here. I mean, we're doing the thing. We're doing it quite well, so... If we deck out, it'd be unfortunate, but I don't think we will. What are you doing? Okay. What is my opponent up to? I don't get it. Well, we have something that they have to counter. I guess I'll go to attacks first? I don't expect some sort of flashing creature to disrupt my attack, but either way it gets hit by the counter, I might as well do it pre-combat. A second counterspell? They didn't even foretell this. Okay, I would just take that then. I really don't know what's going on here. I don't agree with my opponent's... I mean, you could at least cast Scute Swarm, right? Like, if you're respecting sweepers, this is not really going to pan out too well for you in the long run. Let's put it here. It's more useful to me than Gilded Goose is. I mean, Bounty Agent kills legendaries, so I guess, yes, they can't cast any legendaries, but they can... No, yeah, they just really can't cast any legendaries. Alright, Heliod seems good, although they do have a counterspell. I'd almost rather Heliod get hit than Edgar, but maybe that's wrong. Alright, opponent just gave up. Declined to play Magic the Gathering, then died. So Bounty Agent locked down Azusa, which wasn't doing anything. This, which we don't care about either way, is actually doesn't seem like it's very strong. But again, I think our opponent typed in landfall in the deck search and put every single landfall card in their deck. As we saw here, milling me with just one card, even if it milled me for 20, is completely useless. You just don't want to do that. So they just kind of... I mean, you'd rather this be opt, right? Like if this was opt or something. They had a good ramp start, but they ramped before Tatyova, which is kind of a reason I'm not big on Tatyova. Like, you have to be at 5 and then do it. It's like the 5-minute discard commander. Like, you kind of already exhausted half of your discard spells by the time you resolve it. So it's not... But Tatyova is still pretty strong, because you always play lands. The discard one, you don't always have things to discard, right? Skewed Swarm with no land makes sense, so there's just no reason to play this. It just expecting it to die to a removal spell. Although I probably wouldn't. I would just wait till there's too many and then sweep the board. But they could cast a counterspell in the back of it. That one counterspell is annoying. I think I bait it with Edgar and cast Heliod. Devotion is 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's not online. And then 5, 6, we could turn on Athreos. But with these eternally coming back, I don't really see them... Like, we can just naturalize forever and kill all legendaries. So it's just kind of hard for them to do anything. Alright. We did it. We did the thing. Against a blue-green deck, we did not actually need a sweeper. I mean, they could have went that entire time with the crab in play, and we would have not been upset. Yeah, the crab could have been an indestructible enchantment, and we would not be upset. Oh no. Oh boy. We don't really have a lot of ways to deny him to come into play. There is that enchantment that like taxes your opponent's commander by 2, curse of whatever. Maybe that could be in here. Maybe it could be in here. This would be a game for it. Making Jin-Gitaxias cost 9 is pretty good. Okay, no black mana. We have some card draw. If they are artifact based, we're a little more happy than like counterspell heavy nonsense. But when Jin-Gitaxias resolves, we're just kind of in a pickle. I'm going to keep it. Slayer's Bounty is just good. I get to see creatures in our opponent's hand. We have Sunset Pyramid to slowly draw cards as well. And I guess a sweeper, but might not need one. We can double sweepers to kill this. This just seems tough, though. You can't, like, steal your opponent's commanders. I can't read my own commander, oh no. Opponent is puzzled if they want to keep their hand. We could mulligan for a discard spell, but I don't think I want to do that. Hey, instantly found it. Alright, so run out Slayer's Bounty. Whoops. Yeah, you can't steal your opponent's commander. They have a 1-mana card. They have no creatures in hand. It looked like it was a Spell Pierce. It looks like it may have been a Spell Pierce. I think it was, because it wasn't castable before that. I don't care if you Spell Pierce a Mana Rock. That is not how this game... It was a Spell Pierce. Alright. I don't think this game is remotely relevant for how many Mana Rocks I do or do not resolve. That's annoying. Can't downfall it. Don't think I would. It only does... It really only just draws 2 cards. We can draw on our opponent's turn with Sunset Pyramid, so... If I had, like, Arena in hand, maybe, but... I don't. It's never a good sign when they have options, though it tends to almost always be a very obvious option in my experience. I would like to... Oh, we're just going to run this out. I mean, there's a chance it just turns into like 15 at some point. Who knows? We have one of our few flash creatures, as in our only flash creature. It gets around negate pretty nicely. We can't crack this on our own turn because we won't draw a card. Opponent is still puzzled. Oh, they're thinking. All right. He's thinking. He's here. Brawl's expertise. Artifacts or creatures? Okay. There is Brawl. How exciting. I guess I just have to pass and do nothing. Did they play a land last? Yeah, they did. Wait, did they? Yeah. Brawl's expertise, huh? Memory Deluge. Okay. Negate cost 1. I wonder if Brawl's worth saving. I imagine it is. If you're willing to run it. Honestly, I think I might just scoop. This is going to turn into quite the snooze fest of me not being able to cast any cards. So I'll just sit here and have everything get countered. They deem it worthy to keep Brawl alive. Well, that did resolve instantly. I kind of want to resolve this then. I don't really care too much about Narset. I honestly don't even care too much about Brawl. So now the problem is, next turn is Jin-Gitaxias. And I don't have a way to do anything about it, because it's not a, as much as you would think it is not an artifact, so Cathar Commando doesn't do anything. Looks like they're going to bounce 3 of my artifacts. That is fine, sure. Kind of did not expect that. And they play Letter of Acceptance. Oh, okay. Sure. Alright, Bounty Agent is a very good one to have resolve in the face of Jin-Gitaxias. Looks like it does resolve. Probably have some sort of bounce spell for it, though. Does this counter creatures? Because if I can, like, constantly recast Bounty Agent, that seems like a good thing, right? So they can go Jin-Gitaxias, double bounce spell, because they have an extra mana now. They do not. Alright, so Bounty Agent is maybe a problem for them. We are not drawing lands. We'll run this out. And pass. It's been a weird game so far. They just wanted to cast Memory Deluge first, I guess. Makes sense. Might as well. It only counters the first spell I cast, not just of that type. So if I can, like, I don't know, Murderous Rider and a Fumigate or something, then I think this game is over, though. Well, they can't cast it till they deal with Bounty Agent. I would like to blow that up. Depends what they discard. They discard River's Rebuke, so I would like to blow up this Key of the Archive. Opponent's treating it like it's a tournament. I've never seen someone so stumped playing a mono blue deck. That's funny. Here comes a bounce spell. Oh, nope. Sort of? Counter draws. So we can kill Brawl now. But I don't think I want to, right? Brawl's not terribly... It's just not that scary. As your commander, I guess it is. It makes all your counterspells cheaper, right? Like, but if... I don't know, it's not... It's not on my... It's not the most relevant thing right now, I should say. Alright, so we're going to resolve this and then Fracture. Fracture this, so they maybe lose access to that card that they took, but kind of unlikely. They did have this. We've gone a while without drawing a land, but I suppose if I'm not going to draw lands, I can just find things that are somewhat decent, which we kind of have been doing. A land there would have been nice to resolve my commander. I don't even know if that would be relevant, because then I probably don't get a chance to do anything after that. Commit? They want to reset their hand? Okay. Baleful Mastery is not great. Is this worth countering? It's not doing much for us. Didn't think so. Just pass. They'll probably commit Bounty Agent. Makes the most sense. It's the only thing threatening their commander, so... Now that it's completely gone, I'm just going to pop it off. Because there's no way we're going to get it back. Really? Okay. I guess Brawl is worth keeping. If that's the case, I will try to kill it with this. I didn't expect them to try to defend Brawl, but they still have value to it. I don't really know why. The only thing that matters is Jin-Gitaxias, which I have no answer to. Maybe there's an enchantment I can find off of Slayer's Bounty. You can't even double up on memory. Doesn't really do anything. Let's see if we can find something here. We don't draw a card because of Narset, but I need to draft something. Reprobation is good. That's good. It's certainly what we're looking for. I don't think it's going to resolve, but... certainly a good card to have here. I mean, even if it does resolve, they can just bounce Jin-Gitaxias and it just doesn't do anything anymore. And I'm sure they have plenty of bounce spells. I think they actually have a bounce spell, so I don't think this is going to do anything. Alright, so we lose our hand, and if that's the case, I will try to just kill this in response, because it's going to go anyways. They have to counter it, which means they tap low. Wow! Alright, so we actually get 7 cards here. Oh, opponent's feeling probably pretty bad about that. They don't even get the... Yeah, that was really good. We got Bounty Agent back, too. I mean, Brawl's back in the picture, technically, but... I mean... Brawl's not the scariest card. Yep, there it is. Not really surprising. Okay, we're in a way better spot than we probably should be. Found a land. We're going to Felidar Retreat, because the tokens might be useful. If this resolves, it does, so we can make 2/2s now. I can't believe we're in this position. This is actually insane to me. Oh! Ooh, opponent. Ay, alright, I mean, yeah, we're back in this. Opponent has nothing in hand. Actually, they kind of do. Blast Zone is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. They can Blast Zone for 2, which means Jin-Gitaxi is back online. But they got Brawl, we got Bounty Agent back, so... They get to pick a number. We will draw and get rid of one of these lands. That was a good pickup, I think. A Duress? I don't know if our opponent drew anything relevant. The priority is being held for 20 different reasons, so it's hard to tell. But Duress might not do anything for the rest of this game anyways. But Bounty Agent might be important enough for me to at least attempt to see if I can hit something with it. I don't even want to put more things on 2 because we're Reprobation. Yep, so Bounty Agent would die. I'd rather not have that be a thing. Are you drawing a card in response? But I have Duress on the stack. Why would you do that? What? Why on earth? Okay, so there's a card in hand they really want to do something? I don't understand. Alright. This actually doesn't even do much. I will blow up Jin-Gitaxias. No, I can't really blow up Jin-Gitaxias because they'll just recast it. And they won't have to pop Blast Zone then. And I kind of need them to do that. So I'll just hit the Skyclave Relic, I guess. Actually, this isn't very good at all. And this might be just so bad it's worth just... Alright, yeah, I mean, at this point it was basically a bait, I guess. But in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have cast it. So we can keep ourselves from getting hit by Jin-Gitaxias, which is nice. But they're going to Blast Zone for 2. Oh, they Blast Zone and then rewind to crack it instantly. I got you. That's pretty witty. We loot away Fumigate. We have 2 things that don't get countered by Jin-Gitaxias. Alright, that's probably what they were, like, protecting ruthlessly with their counter spells, I guess. So I guess the game's over anyways. We had a second there where we were coming back, which is kind of crazy. They still have to find a way to kill me, I guess. Probably quite easy from here. Yeah, well, I can't respect counterspells, so I don't really care. You either have them or you don't. I'm going to keep making cats. They do not know about Bounty Agent. Alright, that's a soft counter, but it's still quite likely they have a hard counter. Also, it basically is a hard counter because it doubles itself. Alright. Let's see if they have a bounce spell, which I'm sure they do. You can't spark double Jin-Gitaxias either. It goes away forever. Nathan, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. As long as you're not a bot. Apparently I'm having a bot issue. Alright, they swept my board and got Felidar Retreat tokens out of the way here, so... But they did not bounce... Wait, what? Oh, right, Baral's Expertise, gotcha. I was like, why did that flash itself in? No worry. Yeah, I had a bot raid earlier, I guess, which is weird. I mean, there's a market for everything, though. I probably should have scooped a while ago, just because my opponent's playing incredibly slow. It's just not very entertaining to watch. I mean, I like this. I'm having a good time. I like counterspell decks, but apparently most people don't. This gets countered. Just run out the replicating ring. Oh, I can't. Shoot. I wasted one. Oh no. I wasted one. That's my bad. They did not counter Bounty Agent. I don't know why. If they ever find like an extra turn, I guess we can just finally call it quits and move on with our lives. Okay, there's a D-Spark. They randomly generated an answer to a card they couldn't otherwise answer. So now we can move on. Yeah, I should have scooped 20 minutes ago. Alright, we're 1-2. Not great. But the first game we definitely had a very good matchup. Just didn't draw anything. This seems like another one that's decent. They do sacrifice their own creatures, but if we can blow them all up, that's nice. They have a few very annoying cards that we can disenchant, but the rest of this hand seems really bad. This hand is unplayable. This hand is playable. Drop Archive? That's fine. I'm going to pay a fair amount of life here, which is sketchy, but we gain one back. Well, see, we're winning. We're winning. We have one more life than our opponent. Eye of Vecna. I might actually pay 2 to draw a card next turn, given our hand here. Because we're not looking for anything specific, and I don't see myself as playing anything next turn, so this is actually a nice time to draw a card off it right now. Just pull ahead slightly in the early game. Oh no, we drew something good. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Now we have things to do, so I don't want to do that again. What? 3 treasures or exile the top 2 cards? 3 treasures or exile the top 2 cards? Okay, that was a very good draw. Oh, it's Orcus again. Oh boy. Well, the Great Henge is obviously busted, so we're going to take that. I'm going to kill this with this, maybe? Do I like that? I think I do. Let's reveal Godless Shrine. And deal 4 to this instantly with the... I've never actually done this. I don't think. They can't even counter it. And they'll probably just make treasure tokens, which you don't care about. I think you always make treasure with this. I don't think you ever exile the top 2. I don't think that's ever right. Whoa, what? Oh, Primal Command, gotcha. I'm like, why are they targeting my lands here? Alright. What creature did they get here? 1, 2, 3... Goldspan Dragon, huh? Interesting. Yeah, let's undo the card disadvantage from Primal Command. Let's play this and this. Meathook Massacre is looking pretty good here. Next turn we have it for 4? But they only play 1 threat, which I don't like too much, but that's probably fine. It's still something to deal with, right? But Meathook Massacre, anything to bait this Maelstrom Pulse is nice, because we don't really care about anything in play except the Eye of Vecna. Oh, actually, these double up on mana because of this, so... Yeah, this is actually going to be a really good Meathook Massacre then. Barring they don't use their Maelstrom Pulse right now. Looks like they are. They're not blowing up the Eye of Vecna? It's kind of weird to me. I don't understand. Why would you not blow up Eye of Vecna? Okay. What? These are both 5 drops? So I can... This is a dragon, so I actually can't Crux of Fate. We're just going to do Odd. Like my opponent's decision, we will choose Odd. Okay. I would have absolutely blown this up. I don't think a Mana Rock is where you want to be there. Especially as a creature, and you maybe have a bunch of removal, and I can't, like, fire it up. It is simply a mana rock. I just don't like it. Alright, so what does this do? Minus X, minus X. You lose X life. Return X creature cards with total mana. Okay, that's just this. And it does not have haste. We are not going to do this. I guess if they knew we were never going to use it, that makes sense. We're going to get Rest in Peace so we don't lose to the graveyard. There are better targets maybe, but I currently would not... I'd rather not lose to the graveyard, so... You thought which Athreos? Then you remembered it's only one in Arena? Yeah. I don't actually really like the other one. The other one you need to play a creature-based deck, and you know me. I don't do that. I don't roll that way. Alright, so they play this, and probably just do it for 0, yep. We just 1-for-1 it. I can draw a card. Hopefully they don't have a haste threat that blows me out of the water at some point. But so far, so good. Looks like a removal spell in hand? Is that what's going on? Yep. Looks like they have a creature removal spell in hand, which has no use. Corvold's annoying because it incurs advantage every time it is cast, even though you do go down a land when you cast it. So it's not just free. I will decline because I have to meat hook for 5. We'll play this game back and forth for a while, except we lose life when we go for our advantage. Okay, that is a lot of advantage. They got Boseiju, so there goes one of these. Actually, none of these are very good at all, so... Can you even channel not from hand? No, you have to discard it. They cannot channel it. We might just be dead to Finale, getting, like, Questing Beast or something. Doesn't seem too surprising for that to be an outcome. Or another Haste Dragon, go Glory Bringer or something. We can play Athreos, and then we can do nothing. This is going to kill us. But no, I can't afford to do anything about that. We're just going to run this out. Probably just dead. I imagine there's a haste threat they can get here that kills us. I'd be very surprised if there wasn't. They can get Ulamog, and that actually doesn't have haste, right? Oh, it gets haste no matter what. Because this is Finale for 10. I'll just see what the card is, but we're dead. You love the other one? Somewhat bling EDH deck? Cool, alright. I don't know why my opponent thought about it. We're just dead. They got a big flashy demon. Again, we died to creatures. Not really where we want to be. We did answer everything they were doing. Athreos just comes in so late, right? Like, what am I going to wait to stick him and then start killing things? It's just tough. Alright, so it's mono white. All we need to do is find a sweeper this game here. There are none in this hand. It does have removal, though, and a way to actually exile their commander. So this is a reasonable hand to keep for not having a sweeper, but sweeper just wins. I need more than that. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. Get rid of Fracture? No, that's greedy. Yeah. Alright, nothing matters except finding all the mana I need to blow up the board. That is it. That gets around it, and I don't have an answer to it, but maybe we can just beat it as itself and not worry about anything else. I'd rather feed the swarm something else. I can't fracture their commander. Curse of Silence? Okay, well, Athreos is completely irrelevant. In fact, you should probably name Wrath of God here. Or Day of Judgment, one of the two. Nope. I just name Athreos. We were never going to cast this. Shadow Spear. Okay. We will blow that up. Opponent's actually mana screwed here. But so are we. But now I think I will feed the Swarm this Corsair here. Chorister, whatever. We need a white source to Kaya's Wrath. We can't actually blow this up, so for the one card they have, it's actually like the best thing ever against us. It's actually insane. Yeah, we might lose to this Vanguard. Moving on. We're dead. We're dead. I think we're going to drop Disenchant. Not because of that very moment, but seems as though spamming naturalize effects is not working out too well for us, even against, like, what the... Oh, you get both? I've never seen that before. They give you, like, the edited one and the not edited one? Huh. I guess I've never pulled an alchemy card. I don't know. That's really weird. Wait, isn't one of them unusable, though? Isn't one, like, banned and the other isn't or something? So there's no use for it? That's really weird to me. I guess I'll take it, though. I already had it, and I don't think it's very good outside of Commander, so... Add a land, take out Disenchant. Do we like Bounty Agent still? Kind of. There it wasn't great. But, I mean, they just had a 2-minute Indestructible card, and the entire game just ended because of that, so... Yeah, Eye of Vecna got me low that one game. But it didn't matter. We were dead to 20 damage, whether or not we drained ourselves 10 times or not. You're just dead to something that's getting... two creatures that are getting +10/+10 in haste is going to kill us whether we're at 1 or 40. We like this hand. It also has Dark Ritual. Dark Ritual might just be better as a land. This hand dumps itself pretty quickly, too, against Tiny Bones, which is nice. I wonder if I fire off Dark Ritual now. I think I will, so we can't really get disrupted too much. Seems like a good idea. And playing off the top is very good, so I'll run out Eye of Vecna. I don't think Rest in Peace is terribly relevant. Just infinite card advantage. My opponent can't, like, disrupt too much is just really good, in my opinion. We're not going to use it now. Alright, so... land... and leave up Commando to maybe block. I expect a discard spell. Hopefully it's like a Mind Rot, so I get to choose... Okay, that's fine. I guess this is worse than a Mind Rot, actually. We're going to get rid of Fumigate? Yeah. Neon Alchemy spoilers started today. Oh, snap. Oh, boy. Come on, swing. They didn't swing? Dude, that's toxic. That's toxic. We can keep this in play, I think. Dawn of Hope is a colossal card against them. What does this do? Or it's in equipment. Don't have to read it. Just blow it up when they go to equip. Alchemy's weird. I'm surprised they use it as a tournament setting. Because there's like a ton of people that have just never seen alchemy cards. So they're seeing the alchemy like, what is that? That's not what my card does. I no understand. Me no get. So they did not take Rest in Peace. I imagine it's not terribly good against them. Spamming Dawn of Hope tokens seems really good, though. It's also kind of difficult for them to activate Tiny Bones. We've done a very good job at... Okay, we're not going to block a 1/1. Plague Crafter. Alright, this goes away no matter what, so I just got to fire it off now. We can still die, though. Athreos is not great here. Oh, we have to discard because of... Gotcha, right. We are not going to activate this. We are going to keep that in hand and pass. Just leave up a Dawn of Hope token. Bait out some form of discard spell. That is not what I wanted to see. I think I will hit my opponent with this 1/1. Or just leave up a second one, maybe. Nope. Bounty Agent. That is not very good here, so I'll just pass. Playing it kind of loose, but I think I have to at this point. They have no answer to Dawn of Hope. There's only one card in black that does it, Feed the Swarm. So, I feel like this can turn this around here. Willing to attack. I am willing to double block. I'm sniffing a removal spell, but I mean, congratulations, you killed a 1/1. Nope, don't have it. Gain 2. Can't obviously draw. A giant Planeswalker will just turn the game around, but they also probably have a ton of removal, so this isn't actually doing anything. Well, we really wanted that land. Okay. I think we can take time off to... No, because then we lose 10 to Tiny Bones. Yeah, we'll lose 10 to Tiny Bones. So just force them to discard. They have to have like a 1-mana discard spell to do that, though. Okay. And if I keep cards in hand, then the discard spells let them draw, but there's not much... I mean, it's one or the other. I lose 10 or they draw a card. Don't really have much in the way of options. They did not swing, which was kind of free, because I wasn't going to block it. Edgar is very good here. Edgar is very good. It lets me kind of like double up on my Dawn of Hope nonsense. We don't have any cards in hand this turn, though. Sure. I guess we can girth up our hand in the face of this Tiny Bones. I kind of want Edgar to die, so I will swing with it. They do not block. And they have to have 2 discard spells, so I'll just play a land. They have to have like another one that discards a card that isn't like Duress or Thoughtseize or Inquisition. And it has to cost less than 6, or it has to allow them to continue to leave up mana. Invoke Despair? Oh, that's true. I don't think I've ever been, I've never been hit with the Black Invoke yet, though. Okay, do they have 6 mana? They do not. Farika's... Sure. Well, that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Well, gotta kind of keep my hand with cards in it. Yeah, we might just be screwed now, actually. That might have been too much right there. Now any discard spell does it. Because it's not a land in hand. Alright, well they don't have it. This does gain us life, and technically draw cards, so... But obviously I can't play with no cards in hand. And I can't really... Wait, what happened? Opponent said oops, but I don't know what they mean. I don't know. Can't really activate Eye of Vecna because we'll like die. Alright, that's a decent draw. Lets me kind of play this. And pass. I can also draw in response to their activation, which is really funny. Oh, Faceless Haven does it, doesn't it? Is that enough to kill us? Oh, doubled manland. Oh yeah, now we're just dead. Okay. Yep, manlands kill us. Just withered away. But I liked our opener. I mean, it felt like what we were doing was how we beat it, but it just wasn't enough. We are struggling here. I didn't expect to perform this bad. We've only won one game so far. This is really not good. Last time I played this, it was a lot better. But I guess it was a different meta back then. I suppose there's been a couple sets that's come out so far since then. So, not super surprising. Alright, so we're on the other end of this weird matchup, but I'm not feeling too good about it. They're playing the even worse Teferi, though, so advantage in our corner, I guess. But still a pretty steep, a tall order to beat this, I think. But not impossible. Good lord. Let's Maze Mindstone. Uh-oh, looks like there's a fire or something. I think I should scry for a, something here. I wonder if they bounce my Arcane Signet. That'd be adorable. Oh my god, they did. Oh, this Teferi just feels so useless. Like, I just have no respect for this card. Davriel's alright, so I guess I'll keep it. There's no respect for this Teferi. But it might beat me here, because we're not really doing much, but... Oh, no, they have a counterspell? It's a Tail's End? We don't even have that many instants in our deck. So it really just isn't doing much. Alright, well, opponent has the penultimate answers to everything we've done so far. We do need a land. There's no getting around that one. They can bounce Skyclave too, actually. That's a pretty good play. Pretty sick play there. We're going to just try to kill it, I guess, so they can't do that. I want to leave up a minute to play around like Censor, Jawari, Disruption, and not that one. They're just gonna bounce it? Oh, okay. I was about to say, that's weird. That's weird. They did not do it, though. Check for traps feels like a good card right now. Alright, well. Now they can bounce Skyclave and then kill my Arcane Signet. But we do get a 2-2 though, so it's not even a very good play right now. But they are playing 4 minutes of Fairy, so they're kind of like forced into doing that. They discarded Counterspell right now. I don't know why. Their hand must be just better than Counterspell. I don't know. I guess. Let's not attack, because we'll die to Crawling Barrens in play. I guess I just run out this? I mean, they discarded Counterspells, so I don't expect... Oh, wow, it did resolve. That's really weird to me. Of all these cards, none of them are very good against what we're up against currently, except Felidar Retreat. but I don't have any lands. Because Crawling Barrens will kill us. I guess I have to attempt to not die to Crawling Barrens, and this is how we do that. So, I obviously can't attack because of the Crawling Barrens. That... Oh, no, it does have a target. We played a 4-minute card here. Although I'm surprised they didn't wait for me to play out the Felidar Retreat. And they did not lead with Brainstorm, which is really weird. Alright. Humiliate. It's a safe bet they did not keep their good cards on top and probably have something in hand that's relevant. Alright, well now they have to scry what they put on top to the... Okay. Why would you keep a land? Even if there's a chance I find a land, I just don't think it's right to do that. It doesn't make sense. I can't interact with their manland. Manlands have been a serious issue for us. Like a colossal issue. And it's just really unfortunate. I guess Edgar's good. Because when it's in play, it's very annoying for them to deal with. They have to, like, repeatedly bounce it. Killing Teferi doesn't seem like I'm getting far, but I'm just going to do it anyways. Have them recast it or whatever. They put it to the graveyard because they want to reanimate it with Conquer's Death. I don't know if that was worth it, though. I don't think I would do that. Oh, look. The best card in our deck. Oh, look. It's a counterspell off the top. Great. Now Crawling Barrens runs away with the game. They did not fire up the crawl... Oh, they want to scry. That makes sense. They can do both. Alright, never mind then. Get back to Fairy. It can bounce a token. Well, we don't have Rest in Peace. Nor do we have the time for it. Wrath of God. Well, it's better than any other choice I have, so... Counterspell and draw a card. Alright, moving on with our lives, because we're now dead to Crawling Barrens. We drew really bad. Drew really, really bad, but our opponent just, like, finagled around our discard spell with, like, a weird timed brainstorm, and I don't know. More power to him, though. We lost pretty decisively. There actually was no contest. Alright, we're getting annihilated. This is not good. This is not good. I think we can drop some of these very expensive cards and just try to win with like different types of value. I also, of these two, don't like that one that much. Add 2 more lands maybe. Maybe more spot removal, but I don't really have a lot of respect for spot removal when you're running a boatload of board wipes. With that in mind, we can drop maybe 1 or 2 sweepers to run some spot removal. I just don't really care too much for spot removal. I think we're gonna drop these. I think we're gonna drop Eye of Vecna and Sunset Pyramid for spot removal. So we stop dying to like 1 creature and stuff, and it's more. No, I don't like Smothering Tithe on 1-on-1. 1v1, it's never been impressive at all. Now against that opponent, maybe because they draw so many cards, sort of, but still not really big on it. Not really big on it. Multiplayer, it's way better. Same with Rhystic Study. I don't like Rhystic Study 1-on-1. I think it's actively bad. Alright, let's see here. Infernal Grasp. And maybe an Edict. Also, against that opponent, they could just bounce it with Teferi if they care. Which I don't think they would. What's another one? Power Word Kill, is that the next best one, maybe? Yeah, we'll do that one. I want to keep it at 1 or 2. Oh, okay. Scarab God. Interesting. Yikes. Alright, we'll keep this. Really wanted a discard spell, though. Alright, well, this is not an approach game, that's for sure. I wonder if they take it. They do. Alright, so this is the smartest opponent I've played against in a long time. People never, ever, ever take the card that they think is like, oh, it's 7 mana. It will never be in this game. And then they lose to it because it's a game that goes to turn like 25 or something. So they correctly picked here. Just didn't even like try to find a way to counter it later. They're just like, nope, we're getting rid of it. Alright, so our opponent is on the discard spell plan here. We're going to get rid of, I guess, cards they know about. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to Dark Ritual for no reason. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, can't do anything. Opponent says hello. I don't know what... Do they recognize me or something? Excited to play Magic, I guess? Okay. I wonder if they even take Dark Ritual. I think I would take Murderous Rider. Dark Ritual ain't doing much. One more land, it lets me cast Athreos, but there's a chance you don't care about that. Okay. Alright, this is a good spot to be in, I guess. I don't know. Don't really have much of a hand, but can disrupt them, I guess. I don't see a reason to kill this. Just put a counter on it, and then they can reanimate my Murderous Rider, but then I put a counter on that and I get it back, and you're not really making any headway. Though they do, I guess, have a counterspell up now, so that's kind of problematic. Oh, right, it exiles the original copy, so I can't get this back. Alright, well, if this is a counterspell, well, I think we're just screwed. Scarab God is an extremely difficult one to deal with, to be honest. It's extremely difficult. Don't really have much of a avenue to come out of it when it's in play. It's just going to be in play forever, and I just can't do anything about it. Yeah, they just recast it, right? I mean, I could slow it down. I don't... They didn't put it to their hand, and I don't know why. That's very weird to me. They must have something right now. A Shark Typhoon? That doesn't seem worth it. I don't know what this is. What? Okay. Oh, they need a second black? Yeah, that makes sense. They actually only had one black. They could have just put Scarab God to hand. I don't get it. If they're not creature heavy, which Escanta leads me to believe they're not, I guess we're not in a horrible position. I guess. They put it back. They did it again. They put it to the command zone. they put it to the command zone. Is what our opponent just did. They did it again. Okay. It is something you can do. I don't think Forsake is any good, because this is now gone. One turn too late. Just how we always drew it up, I guess. Oh, looks like they have creatures. And they also hit a creature, because of course they did. It's also a kind of decent one. Alright, we're going to cycle this. Thoughtseize. Not great right now. Is this an even card? So I can name even with Extinction Event and reset the board. Oh my. Oh my goodness. I kind of have to take that, actually. Otherwise, my counterspell doesn't really work. And I kind of need value off of Athreos, so I can't really just pop off a sweeper. But they do not flash in a creature, which is nice. Innocent Blood is a bit useless, currently. Yep, take 4. They pick up their thing, yep, so it loses the coin counter. And now I basically have to sweep, though. I can't, like, not sweep. Okay. Play this. Play Extinction Event, naming Even. But now we have nothing going on. We can draw 2 off of the Hedron Archive, though. Azur's Gateway? I feel like there's better ways to draw cards. It does allow you to get rid of dead and useless cards, but I still think there's better ways to go about doing that. But you never know. Yeah, we'll use 2 white here. I don't think it matters too much. Probably only on casting 1 spell anyways. If I play this, can I leave up my thing here? It costs 3. This costs... Yes, I can. I don't see a reason to kick this. So we'll just play this, and then I can channel my... whatchamacallit? To kill this 2/2. Oh, it does let you draw before you exile. It does let you draw before you exile. Interesting. They can hostage taker their own creature. Aha! We will now kill it with the channel. I wonder if they kill it in response and then feel bad. Nope. Alright, so I don't know how this trigger works. Okay, it just doesn't do anything. Okay. That's not good. What are they going to reanimate? That thing? Guess I'll just pass? Yeah, we're going to pass. I don't see a reason to keep a land in hand, but I don't see a reason not to, so... do this here, I guess. So when it dies, it comes right back. So it's like a pseudo-infinite chump blocker. You can't even hostage taker it. Never seen it flip. I suppose I haven't either, to be honest with you. I could have double blocked with my man land here, but they have removal, and I don't think that's where I want to be. Oh, they can eat it in response. Yeah, the Scarab God is just insanely good against us. It's insanely good against us. That's unfortunate. There's just no way. I mean, our opponent's incorrectly putting it to the command zone, and it's still just absolutely destroying us. Okay, now we're literally dead. We're literally dead on board, so we can just go. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Like, that's probably one of the worst matchups, other than like the tier 1 commanders, which fortunately we, I guess, aren't paired against because we're not good enough. I don't know. The Scarab God is like the worst thing to see. It can just undo your coin counters. And that was one of the games we finally started getting coin counters. And of course, the first time we do it, after an hour and a half, our opponent undoes the coin counters. With really the only card in the game that does that. Instant Speed Reanimate is the only way to get around these coin counters. And that's like the only card that does that in the entire format. So that's actually insane. Even though they put their commander twice to the command zone, we just couldn't do anything. That's wild. Alright, so Rada is lands and creatures. I don't think this hand does it. This hand feels really good, though. We could also work on maybe adding more devotion, but I really don't think that's how we should play. But maybe we should. I don't know. We can look into it. There's not too much that excites me that develops devotion that isn't a creature, so there's not too much in the way of options other than like weird enchantments that I'm not excited to play against. We can, or play with. We can run the 2 runes and like rune up our lands and stuff because it's just devotion there. But I don't know, turning Athreos into a creature isn't necessarily all that exciting. Because there are cards like Swords to Plowshares and Lignify or Reprobate, Frogify and stuff that you don't want him to be able to get hit by. Creature Exile is kind of a problem. Alright. Kind of burned a Rex Sage there. That's pretty nice. Oh, wait a minute. Why did that... I thought you were indestructible. Oh, the Shadow Spear. Wow. So our opponent had the Omega God Tier combo, I guess. That's actually insane. Wow. That's insane. That's crazy. That's crazy. I've never seen this come up. That's... Alright, yep, that just happened. They had Shadow Spear into a Naturalize effect against our Indestructible enchantment. That is... They probably kept their hand just on those 2 cards, honestly. That is insane. Well, it's out of the way now. This doesn't have Indestructible anymore. But, they have to have more Naturalize effects, and it has to be relevant. I think we should kill this now. Actually, we can just wait. You get a land, you get a land. It is what it is. Just one more land, and I can, farewell the whole board here. Although I'd rather not lose my Cosmos Elixir, to be honest with you. Oh, it's a land destruction deck. Is that what this is? Well, it doesn't really inform me what it is, actually. Could just be a value card here. We're going to kill it, though. Does it matter what we kill it with? Not necessarily. These are all kind of redundant. I suppose in that case I'll use the most expensive one. I lose a land, but we find a land on the top. Kind of undid our turn there, but suppose we undid our opponents as well. Land again? Ayy. Alright, no more land destruction, please. They have one here in the form of this land. Oh yeah, they're definitely land destruction. They definitely are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So no 8-mana cards in their deck, though there aren't too many to even pick from. So that's not really surprising. Alright, we will kill this. So I don't take that kind of damage. They are a red deck, so there are like the chance Banefire and whatnot comes out of nowhere. And I'd rather not name Artifact with Farewell. I think we're just going to run this out while we can. Maybe it distracts our opponent and they want to like activate their stuff. A Tutor is good. Tutor is the best card in our deck for 3 more, which will make it uncastable, but it's still a good option, I think. Still a good option. You know, even though we're getting destroyed, I'm having a good time. That's all that matters. I would like to run Vona as a commander as well at some point, though the deck might be a bit different because it is an extremely steep cost to activate that card. So we can exile this, and it doesn't do either of its things when you do that. We are going to tutor, and we might make our opponent think we're tutoring for D-Spark, which we are not. Liliana will probably be good after a sweeper. Is that what we want? Probably not another spot removal spell. This card, again, in this instance, is extremely difficult for them to deal with. So it feels good to just put that in play. I also just find this card to be very satisfying, but it's probably incorrect to get it here. Conquer's Death probably makes more sense. Or even Eldest Reborn, so I can reanimate something of our opponents, which won't really be much. Yeah, it won't really be much, actually. I think we're getting Edgar. Sticky threats are just a good idea. And I'm not going to rely on Key of the Archive to do the right thing, because knowing me, I won't. Oh, we get to put a coin counter on this and steal it. That's actually quite nice, right? It's whether it dies or put into exile, which D-Spark does. In fact, if we exiled against the Scarab God, they couldn't reanimate, so D-Spark is really good. Let's see if they swing then. It would probably be wrong because I did just get... Nope, they did it. Alright, don't have Veil of Summer. Okay. They let this happen. They knew this was going to happen. We get a death trigger on this thing, which is amazing, and we get to trade with their commander. There's no way to stop this. It has death touch. They can't grow it out of range here. Unless they have some sort of indestructible card in green. Oh, did it have first? Oh, it has first strike when it attacks. It has first strike when it attacks. Got you. Do we want the spirit? It is a thick boy. The 3 lands seem like a good idea given our hand, though. I think that's a really good idea, yeah. Can they be any land? Oh my god, they can be any land. Yeah, but I forgot Rada has first strike when it attacks. I mean, I'm obviously blocking regardless, but... It can be any land, huh? We don't have crazy lands, though. So, cave, this, and I guess this. This prevents them from attacking again, unless they grow it. Also, getting 3 lands in play when our opponent is a land destruction, like, side package seems like a good idea, so... I like it for more reasons than one. Alright, we're going to run out Edgar. Edgar's a legendary, so our Anejo here, Anejo Tequila, is doing some good stuff. We're going to put a counter here. It just makes this even more sticky. Don't want more lands. Cosmo's Elixir is sort of keeping us healthy as well. Alright, we're going long against a red-green deck. Oh boy, they're going to start incurring advantage now. Oh, right, I forgot they could play lands off the top, actually. I don't think they've done that for a minute. Alright, we can only realistically block here. They're willing to let me attempt to do this, which is quite surprising. Let's see what happens. Oh, right. The other ability on their commander. Right, I should read more. Alright, so that'll kill us unless we prevent them from getting trampled again. Alright, we found an answer, thank God. Not die to that. I forgot that was a thing. Dude, I gotta read this card. I've played it. It's been so long since I've played it myself, though. You. And no attack. I don't want to die to a haste threat. With Athreos, this is... It's difficult to actually flip this, which is kind of annoying, but... Still probably pretty good, though. Oh, well, never mind. Oh, well, no, they didn't take Edgar. Interesting. Alright, well, I guess I still lost my Edgar, though. That's really annoying. Oh, well. It is what it is. Not much I can do about it. Rada kills us in 1 attack, though, so... Star of Extinction? Okay. They did not put into play lethal this turn? That's strange. I feel like it... Oh, yes, they did. They put... It's another man land! Oh, these man lands, dude, I swear. Alright, well, we found, like, the best card in our deck for it, because it lets us cast that card while also leaving up Swords to Plowshares. Opponent bolts us for some weird reason, okay. Yeah, Edgar was not good there, let me tell you. Was not good. Alright. They have to... Maybe they mess up and fire it up pre-combat? Nope. Is that enough? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It is not enough to kill us. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's only 9, 10. It's 10? It is 10 and they tap out, so we're not dead. Oh, it's 8, right, because it itself doesn't count. Gotcha. They did not play that pre-combat. That land. I don't know why. It's kind of weird to me. Does this have trample? It does not have trample. I can make a token. I can make a token here. That is also not lethal. Okay, so now I can't do both, though, right? Because I don't have enough white. If I played this on white, I would. But now I can't do both. Alright, dead. Again, 2 manlands. Every time we're, like, stabilizing, manlands kill us. Every single time. I mean, it is what it is, I guess. We can try to run more instants? I don't know. They also dealt with Edgar, but they had Ulamog. Like, we're just not getting lucky here. I mean, our opponent, like, imagine we had, oh, we weren't really gaining life, though. Like, our opponent blew up Heliod. This is, like, the most difficult thing to do, and our opponent just did that. Like, we're just getting absolutely destroyed by things that we should not really be getting destroyed by, honestly. Maybe we can drop Edgar and Heliod. Both of them, I mean, they're all right, but when we can't really flip them, it's just not great. And then we can run the runes and then try to go more in on actually having Athreos get devotion every game and have that do something. I just don't think it's good enough. Nothing we're doing feels good enough. I prefer enchantments that stay in play. Omen, maybe? It does stay... Well, no, it doesn't really stay in play. O-rings do sort of stay in play unless your opponent deals with them, which I somewhat expect to happen quite often. This does not stay as a devotion. It flips, unfortunately. Yeah, sagas are not good for devotion. Oath of Kaya is good. Lightning Helix, and it gives us 2 to devotion. Same with this. If we play it, it could be a while till it flips. Could be quite a while. And I don't think this card is any good. The Athreos deck we played against did run it. I just have no respect for this card. I don't think that's really... I mean, shrinking your opponent's creatures is cool, but it costs 6 mana. It's just kind of steep. If we're running more enchantments and stuff, I kind of have to, like, drop Planar Cleansing. So I might as well drop it then. This is not a very powerful effect. I see Curse of Scarabs more often than I think I should. I just don't think it's a very good card at all. Making our opponent discard 1 at a time is decent, but I'd rather look for cards that add 2 to devotion if they're going to cost like 4. Well, we'll certainly get Revolt triggers a lot, that's for sure. Honestly, if we are running more devotion, then I'm kind of back on Heliod, actually. I wonder how Athreos plays as like a Voltron deck. Probably not too well. Probably not too well. I don't like Black Market. This is, again, kind of more of a multiplayer card, not really single player. I mean, one-on-one. Yeah, single player, yeah, not very good in a single player Halo campaign, yeah. Trial is a removal spell that sticks around for devotion as well. Sanctum is... Ugh. Stealing 1 life a turn is just not exciting at all. Like, Hollow Haunted? We're going to drop Liliana. Hollow Haunted or the Curse? I don't know what you're... Well, if it's not an enchantment, I don't see it in my filter. There is Curse of Silence, but... Overwhelming Splendor. I feel like this is the deck for it. I'm willing to craft it. I'm willing to craft that card for this deck. Probably should have had this card in my collection before. I think we can get rid of Davriel. We can run Erebos as well. Can run Erebos. It is more Indestructible Devotion. I don't think we have enough enchant. If you're talking about this card, I don't think I have enough enchantments for this. Yeah, I don't really. It actually, I think it like spiked in paper too. How many enchantments are we running? I don't think we have enough. I don't think we have near enough. There's a lot of 2-mana ones. We have 13 enchantments, so we have an average of like one in what is that? 1 in 9 or so. 1 in 8 cards are in enchantment for this, and it can't obviously count itself. I don't really like that. No, I don't really like it. That's more of like a enchantment deck, or maybe even an aura deck or something, like Sithis or something like that. I don't think I like it here at all. No. It is certainly a good card in the enchantment heavy decks, though. I think I'm more on Erebos. We could try to run a bunch of enchantments, right? Like I can turn all my removal spells into O-rings, and then this gets a little bit better. But again, we're still like sort of weak to manlands. Even if we do this, I guess we make more chump blockers that way. It's just super weak to I want to run this. Super weak to whatchamacallit? Manlands. Manlands have just been the crux of our strategy. It's just obscene. Shoot, I don't even like the manlands we're running, honestly. I don't even want to run them. We're never playing aggressively, ever, and they... Yeah, I think I'm actually going to drop it Net of Plains, and they tend to just not be very good. So there's more black than white now, actually. And also, we might not need another land. We did cut down the mana curve and added like a land, and yeah, I think this is fine. We'll try this. Idyllic Tutor can hit Overwhelming Splendor. There aren't too many naturalize effects in the format, so it's I guess reasonable. I mean, that could be a reason why I said this is so good, but it's good regardless. Sithis is basically just like a legacy deck. Alright, Vadrock. Jeskai weird Snapcaster nonsense. Okay, sure. There's not a lot of mutate cards in Jeskai. There was a lot of green and black ones, and not too much here. This will be interesting, I'm sure. I'm not going to leave up a 1-mana card here. That's annoying. I think I'm better to just look for a land here. Or tap out now to find one later. Alright, we got one. These might just be better off as basics. Like, I think I can get away with a lot of untapped lands. Though being tapped hasn't been the issue, so... Currently I'm not too upset about that. Do I kill this when they try to mutate? I think I do, especially with this card. Because when they cast it with outside of the graveyard, they like draw 3, right? Mutate is 4, so as long as they don't have like Spell Pierce or something, seems like a good effect. This comes into play after, but that's probably fine. I can Revoke Existence this. That's actually pretty good here, I think. But no, I want to have the ability to cast Cosmos Elixir next turn, so tap land this turn is better. Yeah, I'm going to Swords in response. Another red source. Wow. Probably very unlucky for them. Red is probably the least common color in their deck, too. Well, maybe not, though. Could just be like blue-red with, like, splashing white. I don't know. Compulsive Research. Okay. They did not go for the thing. Said this is the busted 2-mana turbo draw. Yeah. Certainly. Minister of Inquiries? What? Okay. Their life total's not relevant, so I don't feel bad about what I just did there. I kind of have to leave up anti-mutate. Not like I don't want them to mutate on anything, so it would be nice to prevent that. You see a storm brewing? Oh no. Don't say that, please. Here they're gonna mill themselves, I think. Yep. Hopefully they mill themselves. Please don't mill me. Please. I will be very upset. But it wouldn't make sense to run this card if that were the case. Alright, we can't play around a counterspell. So if you have it, congratulations. Looks like they do. Oh, actually, this could just be an activation. Alright, they milled themselves, thank God. Nope, they have something. I guess it wasn't a counterspell, though. So how many mutate cards are they actually running? Because this can't do anything when it's sitting here, right? It just doesn't work. I can leave up double removal if I don't do anything, and I guess I will. Must be a burn spell in hand. Mizzix's Mastery, yeah, that would make sense. So we should look for Rest in Peace, which we should anyways because of their commander. There can't be that many cards that are like crazy here, right? Wait, what? Well, I guess there was no stopping that. Opponent found a way to draw 3 cards. Great. Oh, now we are obscenely behind. I'm gonna just let them draw another card off of Baleful Mastery. I can't afford to... I mean, if I can have the turn pass where they just don't have a land, or don't have a creature, it'd be nice. I'm gonna do it now. There's such a high... Oh, they already played land. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's do it. The only downside is they might find something to play immediately, but I don't want to take damage. Alright, well, hopefully that's not what they just drew. Knowing me, it probably was, but... I can't cast this. Well, what are they flashing back this time? Compulsive Research? Not the scariest one. I guess with that in mind, I will do this. Pouncing Shark, Cub Warden, Porcuparrot. We found an exile effect for the graveyard. Just don't... it's tapped. Did we get greedy? Yeah, we get greedy. A tap land doesn't really do anything, because we need 6 immediately, or we don't need 6 at all. I feel like we're in that kind of position right now. Not anything crazy strong in the graveyard, though. And they have so many cards in hand, they might not be interested in attempting their commander. Yeah, it looks like that is the case. Also super heavy on red. Still. Get rid of Play with Fire. Okay. Huh. I didn't even know this card existed. It's just Shock, but better. Wait, there's fundamentally no reason to run Shock anymore in Magic? Really? Players don't... Wow. That's crazy. That's insane. We did not hit it. Man, that sucks. God, alright, well I have to kill this. Like, I have to. And Tome of the Infinite Mind, or Tome of the Infinite, is an issue, so I will kill that as well. Alright, well I guess we did wish we'd kept the land on top then, but... Come on, untap land. I just want an untap land, please. We did hit a good card for putting that card on the bottom, though, so... Otherwise, Royal Scions would be an issue. This is... anything. So if they get the Royal Scions back, that's decent. It's better than Compulsive Research. Still have to deal with a card. Yep, pretty straightforward here. I mean, at least we're not slowly dying. I probably won't name Artifact on Farewell. They can have their mana rock. If we ever get the land. Which I know I did scry a land at the bottom, but I just really wanted an untapped one. They got Search for Iskanta, so now I really have to find the land. Otherwise that flips. Did not find it, so we are screwed. Run out this. Looks like they have a counterspell up, though, so there's a chance whatever I do doesn't work anyways. Though it could just be another burn spell, I don't know. Looks like it is. I am not respecting anything. You have a removal spell, so be it. Or a counterspell to not let your commander die, that's fine. I can try to get them in the middle of trying to mutate this, I'll be happy. Though it's pretty obvious I'm leaving up a removal spell, given what I've just done. They have Kiln Fiend in their deck. That's interesting. We've seen a lot of Iskantas today, and I still don't really like Field of Ruin. That is a... Okay. They can unsummon their stuff. Does it unsummon everything? Talrand? Whoa! I didn't even know he was in this game, dude. That's cool. They're gonna unsummon something anyways in response to Farewell, so I might as well just have them not leave up Spell Pierce and absolutely destroy me, so... Okay, so we do everything but artifacts. Enchantment, creature, artifact. Whoop. Oh, whoops. I said everything but artifacts, and I actually did everything but graveyards, so I actually just completely blew myself out of the water. Wow, that's actually horrible. Wow, that was horrible. I can't believe I did that. I cannot believe I just did that. I'm finally in a good position, and I undo it with a misclick. Oh my god, dude. You guys need to watch someone who knows how to play Magic, because I'm not. I just don't know what I'm doing. I can't believe I did that. Oh. I also shouldn't have done enchantment, because I was the only one with an enchantment in play, which was the rune under my land. So it was bad in every way. It was actually horrible. That was unbelievably bad. Unbelievable. I mean, it takes 2 seconds to do the right thing, too. I like, why would I do that? Why would I do that? Yeah, P2. I can't believe I did that. Why would I do that? It's so easy to not do that. Like, oh my god, I can't believe I did that. It's so easy not to do it. It's so easy not to do it. Just read the card. I literally keep thinking it is ordered as though it were Merciless Eviction. I'm treating this card like Merciless Eviction. I don't know why. Merciless Eviction isn't even in this game. Good lord. No, it wasn't the end-all be-all, but it obviously was undescribably better if my opponent did not have a graveyard right now, and I had a Cosmos Elixir. And neither of those things are a thing now, because of me. It's like I'm actively not trying to win games. That is so bad. That is so bad. Alright, well, our opponent successfully rebuilt whether or not we farewelled the right way. I guess this counters coin. No, it doesn't. Alright, well, I can get Rest in Peace now, but that doesn't really do anything. So we have 4 mana left. I have no idea what we... I mean, we can sweep the board, but it doesn't feel very good. Getting this into play feels decent, right? I need, what, 1 more land to do that? Blood in the Snow? What does Blood in the Snow do? I get the Royal Scions? I think this is better, though. If I can turn everything into a 1/1, we can sort of pull ahead with our 2/2s. But, I mean, that's barring we're not just dead. In fact, enough 1/1s might even kill us anyways. They randomly generated a Swords to Plowshares. Well, it was a good thing this was never a creature, otherwise we'd be very upset. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So actually this doesn't save us anymore. Not that it would regardless, it just shuts down stuff. We're just gonna scoop. We're gonna do a delayed shame concede to the farewell. But it actually just wouldn't have mattered, other than having Cosmos Elixir in play to like scry better cards. It just didn't matter. Because their opponent didn't actually interact with their own graveyard after the farewell would have resolved regardless. Obviously still completely wrong to do that. Ay, ay, ay. You think I need more creatures? Well, the whole plan is to not run creatures. I don't really like creature decks at all, and the whole point is to just not play creature decks. I find them just kind of boring. I find them boring, obviously. 99% of the player base doesn't, but I'd rather, if I can play a deck and not run creatures, I'm going to do it. If I can play like my Thoughtreize decks you'd think are creature heavy, but my versions are like not, I just don't find it interesting to play creatures and tap and attack people. I think it's anything to like kind of exercise my brain I'll prefer, and I think it's more challenging to try to not run creatures. I think it's just a more challenging avenue to victory. There's more decision making, and that's where I like to be. So this matchup seems interesting, and we have a pretty good start for it. Do I kill this? I don't think I do. Without a board, I don't think I care about it. And I'm not going to crack the Mind Stone, so just pass. Yeah, I'm not cracking Mind Stone. Captain Sisse. Alright, well, I have to sort of kill that one. An early Kethis is quite surprising. No graveyard, and they played Kethis. Very, very surprising. You think creatures and Thoughtreize are a mistake? Well, that's one way to look at it. That's one way to look at it. Most of the times I see Thoughtreize, actually every time I see Thoughtreize, it's a creature-based deck. Alright, that is a serious threat. I should deal with that. Should certainly deal with that. I don't want them to find the best card in their deck. This might actually just be an Approach the Second Sun deck, or game here. That'd be kind of interesting. Really want to find a This disincentivizes them to put creatures in play. So I'm going to cast this. Because they're a creature-based deck. And this is probably quite difficult for them to deal with. Alright, that doesn't really do too much against us, except let them draw a card a turn, which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. I think I'm going to kill their commander because their opponent didn't really do anything and we drew another sweeper. And I'd rather use one that blows up the board. Because exiling is stronger against Kethis, obviously. I wonder if they just cast it again, probably. Can they? Alright, that's not good. Oh, get wrecked. They can't use it. They can't even use their own card. Alright, Approach Second Sun. any tutor wins the game from here. That is what we call anti-synergy, opponent. Okay, I think I'll just kill this again. Probably, I don't know. Sign in Blood. Anything to get closer to our approach is probably better than killing Kethis. We can exile Kethis. We can just play another god that... Alright. Yeah, it looks like we're just going to end the game on with this card here. How close are we? 3, 4... Arena. Yeah, we're getting there. Alright, play an odd-costed creature for me. That'd be great. You have odd amount of mana. Oh, I guess technically you have even, because this costs one less. They can cast Ulamog right now. But we do have an answer to it, and it doesn't stop us from winning. That is an odd-costed card. Good, good, good. Casualties, yep. This doesn't stop us from doing our thing, though. We get to deal with Kethis yet again. I could wait a turn to put a counter on this, but that seems kind of reckless. That was a good one. We have 4 in snow. Can reanimate one of these? Or is it only your graveyard? It's your graveyard, so I can't do either. Alright, we're just going to exile on odd here. This way I can cast Arena. And then, yep, opponent is dead in the water here. We cast Arena, and then we're 2 turns from doing the thing. In fact, it lines up nicely, so we never actually have to put it to hand while having it get discarded. So, although I don't think that would ever be the case, unless I didn't have the mana. GG's. Alright, that was our second win. The last one was 3 hours ago. We're gonna play a couple more games. I'm gonna push it 2 hours. You play Burn with Fiery Emancipation and ping them a bunch. Yeah, that's a way to do it. Yeah, if you haven't seen mine, I have 2 lists back to back on my YouTube channel of Klothys that are like definitely out there. They're definitely out there, but it was fun. Alright, I don't like this. Kind of like this. Ooh, alright, we'll like this. Oh yeah, you saw it? Yeah. That's how you play Klothys, dude. That's how you play it. Alright, let's play this tapped. Sure. This is a weird one. This doesn't have anything to do with their commander's ability. It's just a 1/1 with haste. I guess it gives your creatures all haste for 1 red, so... I guess that makes sense. There's an argument to play Mindstone. Yeah, Mindstone here just to... Maze Mind Tome, blah, blah, blah. Ooh, should we run this card? Probably not. Though looting away one of your 2-drops and immediately getting it back is pretty cool. Let's see, we have to play mana more than anything, so... Yeah, we're gonna run this out. If we don't play anything, we can actually just, like, loot this. So. Our opponent chose to do this instead of cast their commander, which is weird. Okay, they just don't do that part. What does this flip into? A 3/4 when it attacks or blocks? Fracture? Okay, I think you should be casting your commander. You're probably way more of an aggro deck than you are a, not aggro deck, so that's weird. I don't have an answer to the board, so I might have to Revoke Existence this. I think I'm going to do that. That's just a problem. It turns into a surprisingly good threat. That's pretty good here. We're going to scry for, obviously, a land on top. No reason to wait. Put a stop here to scry for another land. Another shot at a land, rather. Alright. They don't have red to give it haste either, so... Actually, we have things to do this turn. Might just draw naturally. Oh, got lucky there. Play... this? No, I think we're gonna... pass. Yeah, we're gonna pass and leave up Removal Spell and Maze Mind's Tome draw. Alright, go straight to combat. That is not what they did. Alright, we're going to kill this. They're probably not going to take Overwhelming Splendor. I'd be surprised if the game went that long, but it could. It is very scary. Though Dawn of Hope is annoying. Nope, they expect the game to go so long that that card will be relevant. So this is very good news for us. Very good news. They did kind of waste a fracture on a thing I would never fracture. Honestly. Alright, we're going to just play these. Maybe avoid another discard spell. This is a very weak-handed, like a Cleansing Nova, but I can't imagine they're running anything like that. The day-night cycle has begun because someone played a Celestius. That's funny. They're reading Dawn of Hope. Alright. Play a 3-4 and they can't swing with it. We scry with this, not Maze Mind's Tome. Do we want to land? It is the second black source outside of a mana rock. It is certainly just... It is also just a mana source, so that's fine. Play this, and then pass? Yeah, I think we'll pass. They can't swing if we're representing a 1-1 with the Rabid Battery. Robber of the Rich is not active. It's not even close. Alright, let's see if you have a removal spell here. It's actually quite likely. Oh, if they do, they don't want to use it. That's fine. Well, he wouldn't let me go to blocks first, so, you know, this is going to happen. Alright, we will draw a card before we scry. We're going to do it the Serum Visions way. Probably doesn't matter too much, though. I don't think I would scry. Would I scry this Duress to the bottom? I don't think so. I think I would draw it. What do you got going on? Oh. Why are you not casting these? Oh, you don't have double red on these. Okay, well, that's a problem. That is a problem. Guess I'll reset the board. And again, our opponent has a man land, so don't be surprised if it ends up killing us. That is not what they needed. Okay. Alright, I can't draw one short. Move out of my way. Need to scry. That is poop. I am not going to scry. Alright, so they probably eat Overwhelming Splendor, so I can't do anything busted. Like Reanimated or something. Nope, just take the Overwhelming Splendor. It's pretty... No, they don't. They take that. Wow. That's actually crazy. I would not ever take that. Okay, so we can play Key. Pretty much cast whatever we find instantly because we have a bunch of different mana. The Lightning Bolt doesn't kill anything at all except their manland. Everything has exactly 4 toughness because of course it does. Another Sweeper is weird. I think we'll just take an extra turn. Though I doubt it will be relevant, but you never know. Do this. Do this. I don't really care if they discard it either. Just... yeah, we'll just draw a card now. Instead of tapping a land to crack the treasure, just do it now. Humiliate. Alright. So they need to top deck a red source. They did. That is one that I would like to kill instantly. They have another manland now. It's always the manlands. Manlands, 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 manlands. We're just going to lose to them. I think I have to kill this immediately. Though another 4/4 haste is coming. I guess I gotta stop that. I guess I gotta stop that one first. Alright. We can answer everything they're doing. We even have a Soul Shatter to answer another threat here. That's an interesting one. Okay. Alright. Put a counter here and then untap with Time Warp. Have a bunch of 1/1s available to me, but we still are weak to a flying threat. I'm going to play land so I have more mana to make 1/1s. I think that's kind of important. Alright, so it's all on Dawn of Hope, basically. Opponent's reading Dawn of Hope. Okay. So they like drew the top half of their deck. Like all the expensive cards that we've kind of like sort of dealt with. Alright, they'd rather cast their commander than fire up a manland, which I don't think I agree with. I think it's better to just not do that. Because you want to start getting me lower than you are, and you're not really going to be able to swing anyways. We're going to put this on something that's difficult to die, so I don't lose this rune. I almost want to put it on a land, actually. I guess it's kind of safe here. We'll just put it there. Sign in Blood. I think we can pay 2 life for that. Do we sweep this board? We gain 3 in the process. Do we sweep this board? It is a fair amount of life loss if I... Yeah, I think we sweep the board here. I think that's reasonable. We also draw a bunch of cards. Gotta make sure I don't tap too low, though, because this is obviously our play. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so we can draw 1 more. Meat Hook Massacre is actually really good, too. Non-dragon. We got Rest in Peace. That's nice. Alright, we get this back and then a coin counter. So we have an Eternal 1/2 that probably won't do much except like chump block. Okay. They were stumped on what to exile. Sure. Farewell. This is certainly a game where we don't really need to cast that one. Let's fire up an old Rest in Peace here. Though that probably doesn't matter too much. And is there a reason to swing? Not really. It's just a 1/2. It really isn't doing much. I think we just pass. We have an answer to the first manland. Unless they don't fire up the flying one, then I don't like care. Because we can block the other one now. In fact, it's probably wrong to fire it up. Yep. Wait till they tap it. Oh, no, it does not have vigilance. Alright. Yep. What a surprise. We answer a manland and we win the game. So it's always manlands. That's it. It's just manlands that just completely destroyed us. For some reason, we've bumped into so many decks with them. Now, you could say they're just auto-includes, and you don't find yourself actually activating them that many times, and we just happen to be the kind of deck that you do activate them against. So, I guess it isn't that surprising. But, every time we felt like we were, like, stabilizing, and I didn't just punt a farewell for no reason, manlands just close it out, and we just can't do anything about it. Which makes me want to run a little bit more. Like, if I didn't have that instant speed removal spell, I wasn't out of the game. I was going down to 6, and then I had to, like, offset that with Dawn of Hope life gain, and then hopefully find something later. Like, it is actually tough to, without instant speed nonsense, to do anything about it. So we can maybe run more card draw to find them faster. But we already have a ton of tutors. So yeah, I don't know. It's just a steep ask to, like, if you're weak to manlands, then your strategy might not be that great as a strategy anyways. It's just never really where you want to be weak to manlands. You know, in other formats, when your opponent's like, alright, you're at 5 or something, I'll close the game out with this random, like, manland or something, but like in Modern or something. But in Commander, you just never want to find yourself in that kind of position. and we sort of were more often than I thought. Um, all in all, I think this is a pretty weak black-white strategy, I think. You could say just because it's Athreos and not maybe Kimball or something, that would just make this a little bit better. Though Kimball himself isn't necessarily... Actually, let's look at our Kimball list, as long as I didn't delete it. What does Kimball look like that's so different? Because I felt very good when we played this. So we did have O-Ring effects there. We were running D-Spark and Vanishing Verse. Yeah, we were running all the weird stacks pieces. We had Curse of Silence, which still not that big on. Edgar's way better than with Athreos as well. I currently don't even agree with our top end, actually, looking back at it. Some of these I wouldn't run now. Had all the sweepers. Yeah, so it wasn't too different from Athreos. Not too different. Suppose we could have tried to run Silencer, but I mean, this is one of the cards that you can eternally like reanimate with Athreos, right? But it comes in so early, you're gonna find it probably gonna die before it matters, and your opponent probably already cast their commander, maybe even twice before you have this in play over and over with Athreos. So, not terribly excited. Not terribly exciting. Yeah. Something about this iteration of Black-White just felt better than what we... Whoops, I just clicked the same deck twice. Than we just currently did. Even though they are somewhat similar. You could say maybe just what we played against specifically today wasn't, wasn't the best like things to bump into. We just got manhandled. But every time it was just a straightforward creature deck. Other than the mono-white player who had a 2-minute indestructible creature, we were in a good spot. Like creature-based decks you just stomp on. And I expect most people play creature-based decks. Actually, that's kind of the case always. Who knows? Who knows? I'm sure there's a way to... When I make Vona, I want to play Vona next time. You really, really need life gain, like a lot of it, and you need to untap with this, so it's kind of a tall ask to have this do anything, but I'm willing to give it a try. And in this version of Black-White, I think I want creatures, just more creatures than I ordinarily run with, like Kaya, Athreos, or Kimball. The Cavaliers, you're right. Cavaliers at least do something when you cast them. I don't own either the black or white one, do I? Whoops, not collected. That would have been a lot easier. I don't own either. I can make one? No, I can make both. These are both very good. You don't really need to be creature based at all to run these, and I just don't own them. But I suppose I could make them. I do like both. Yeah, I do like both. This one... But if we are, again, running more creatures, I like this one. But this one certainly is just good. I just don't own it. As a free-to-play nerd. But, yeah. Definitely keep those on. Even Gideon actually would have been good there, right? This one maybe would have been decent. Hard to protect him with no creatures, but... Eh. I have tried Black-White Super Friends. It wasn't very great. I just like the Ajani Ultimate. Just making tokens and your opponent slowly withers away from your tokens is so satisfying. If there was a way to like make Shieldred consistently hexproof as well, that would be very, very nice. But it's a 7-mana card, and without green, not trying to like ramp into it, and your opponent probably swept the board before because it's on turn 7. I don't know. Yeah, not the best showing. We were sort of getting there in the second half. Like, we edited a little, and it started to do a little bit better, so I think it's way better than when we started. Like, significantly so, actually, so. Dark Ritual is still kind of questionable. Racing out my commander is relevant, because killing my opponent's creatures before I start putting coin counters is good. So trying to cheat him into play faster is nice. But the fastest you could do that is, what, turn 4, because this nets you 2. And on turn 4 is usually where I want to cast a sweeper. But if you can take a turn off to not do that and develop this, that's obviously probably a preferred line. Blood in the Snow, we don't reanimate much of our own stuff, so maybe there's a cheaper sweeper to run. Or just not run this at all, because turn 6, like, I don't know, if we haven't already cast a sweeper by then, it isn't terribly great. We do have some things to reanimate, but not really. Yeah, the Kamigawa dragons work decent as well with coin counters. But I don't think I own any of those. Actually, for certain, I don't own any of those. What's his name? Juji? Juji or something like that? No, it's not. Shoot. Are they dragon gods? I feel like they are. Dragon spirits. Joji. Like the YouTuber. I actually don't like the black one. And I don't think I like the white one. No, I actually don't like these. I don't like these ones. The old ones I like. Like the old black one would have been really cool. But it's not in the game. But the old black ones, like you steal 5 life from your opponent. Just like each opponent too. Because there's like 4 opponents or something. You steal 20. But no, I don't think I care for these ones too much. I also haven't really played against these. The green one is cool. The red one I guess we saw once, but I'm still not super big on them. Not really. The Flash Planeswalker is kind of cool. I have never seen this played, but it seems like it's cool, and you don't necessarily have to be creatures, right? Like this is another card I've been looking at that seems interesting. I just don't own it. I'm pretty greedy with what I craft because obviously being free to play, but yeah, I'm gonna call it there regardless. Let me know what you thought about the deck. Let me know what you would and would not run. Yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Deuces.